Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everybody's well. Coffee this morning. Nikki, you're you're awake. Tommy, Jay, Daniel, Justin, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see. Not too much. Hey, Kenny, what's up? What did I do? I did find some panels. If you guys watched the last, I think it was part 3. Move this stuff out of the way. Like I said, I'm keeping pretty detailed down to the nut and bolt of it all. But it looks like you guys know that the panels that I got a little troll doll. Right? I did get the money back on that, $17,000. I did find some locally here for $2,000 a panel. I have to check the VOC. When you're running them in series like that, the VOC has to add up. The amps stay the same, but the VOC, which is the voltage part of it, has to be above a certain amount for the inverter to work and below a certain amount for you don't blow it up. And this one's between 60 and 500. So at 10 panels at 50, at a VOC of 50 is 500. So the ones that I was looking at, the ones like that I had purchased, that I got the little troll doll from Lasada, were 49.6 something. So I got to go check probably today and see if they have some panels that have defects in them that the guy said the panels will work fine, and he wants 1,600. They're brand new, 1,600 for. So I'm going to go look at those. Actually, I'm going to have the solar man, somebody that knows what the hell they're looking at, go and make sure, because the ones for $2,000 a panel, they're only a 1-year warranty, so I could pay $2,400 or $500 a panel and get a 12-year warranty. So I've got to figure that out. But on the it looks like that the garage, and I don't want anybody to get any kind of misconceptions. This garage is built dirt cheap, nothing special. It's not going to blow over. It's not going to fall over. It's going to outlive me and my great grandchildren. So that part of it's okay, but it's not a top of the line build or close to top of the line. Like, I consider this house in Serena fairly decent, build as far as quality. This is just 4 walls, a roll-up door, a man door, place to put my truck, some good lighting, air conditioning. I can work on stuff. So, yeah, get some sleep. Buddy's gonna wake you up here in a couple hours anyway. Hey, Logan, Jamie, how you doing? Relaxed Times, how you doing? So anyway, so basically, the original, the $5,000 US, which I think in the exchange rate came out to 165,000 baht or something like that. I was hoping to do everything, get my tools and everything that I wanted. Well, I've taken the tools out of the equation now. That's just something that I'm buying, that I would have had to buy anyway. So it's going to be just the garage and the solar. and it's still going to come under that, I think. Even having to pay um, right now, the way I've got it figured, I have a couple of question marks in here on the build part of it, but right around 100,000 baht, which I think is just unbelievably sickly cheap. And the right now, if I don't get screwed on the battery, if I don't get a little troll doll for the 35,000 baht battery, the solar's coming in at 73,500. I think. Hold on, let me make sure it has the 2039 controls 3. Actually, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 80,000 baht, and that's with that. So if I had to pay another 10,000 for the battery, it'd be 90,000 baht. So it'd be 190, but 180, a little bit over the original budget just for the building. So I'm happy. I'm ecstatic about that. So I've got all the breakdown here. The only stuff that is in question right now is the paint for the floor and the labor to do that, and the paint for the building and the labor to do that. And I'm going to use some slave labor. I'm going to get the kids to do some of the painting. Why not? They like giving back, I guess is what I would say. Giving back. Yeah, I was going to almost put in a bathroom, Tommy, and I still might. It depends on once I get in there and I get all the stuff laid out the way that I want it, with the little workstations and my desk and the computer and the air compressor and all that stuff laid out. If I have enough room just a little 4 wall enough for to sit down on a toilet and a little sink, and it's definitely going to have running water in the sink. But I'd like to put a little bathroom. Would be nice too. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But yeah, that's been in my mind, and I probably should have made a place. But he can jackhammer out the hole going out and put behind the property. I'm set way in on the back road of the property, so I've got plenty of room to put in a one of those ringed septic systems. It's not like I'm going to be 20 people an hour using the bathroom. But basically, if I can get it done for the 180,000, I yeah, I'm a happy camper. That'd be like about, I don't know, 5,500 bucks or something. But like I said, I don't want somebody to look at it. God, look at the metal's not straight, the roof structure doesn't look great, and they're putting in a crap load of metal on the structure right now for weight, because the panels are. When I sat down with the solar guy, he said I'll talk to the cousin, tell him what he want. I bought all the extra metal and stuff that he needed, extra block and stuff like that, because I made it a little bit bigger, and he's putting it in and beefing up the structure. Somebody had asked about the wind. That's not going to be a problem either. That thing sat out here. We had some really big winds up here, and it wasn't even cemented in the ground over there, and I never had a problem with it. So I don't see. Hey James, how you doing? What the door? What door? There's 2 doors on the building. One's a roll up 9 foot by 9 foot, so I can drive my truck in there. Suspended above my truck is the kayak, so all I've got to do is just lower it down on the truck and drive away and come back in and pull it back up and make it nice and easy. And I've got a good place for my truck to stay out of the weather and the vermin and the everything. And then that work area to the one side, along the walls, most of the stuff there, the desks are about 2 foot. So with the set on the truck about 11, I'm going to have about a 9 foot by 20 or so area to do whatever work I'm going to do, whether it be for the trailer, to build the trailer, whatever I'm going to do in there. Probably the first thing that's actually going to be done, if I can't get a hold of the Shadow 750, I've got the straight pipes and the stuff to do that. I'm looking into a nice bike rack deal, stand, work till I can work on it up above and sit on my stool. The stool that I bought is awesome. It's for extremely fat people. I think it's 135 kilo it'll take, and it's got a magnetic base on it. it's a regular little mechanic stool. So I really like that. If I can work on it like that, I'll go ahead and just change it, and then maybe I'll take a look at the jetting and the stuff on the carburetor. I'm not really never worked on them before, but I mean a carburetor is a carburetor. So and see, but it might be as simple as getting rid of the pipes now, whether they don't have enough back pressure or they have too much back pressure, which I think they have too much back pressure. I think they were made for the 400, and somebody bolted them on the 750. And if that's the case, when I put these drag pipes on there, it should resolve that problem. We'll see. So that might be something. Hey, James, it might be something that I do when they're one of the first projects, and then it'll probably be. I've got to do some concrete work. I was going to wait until we sold the property, but I think I'm just going to man up and pay for that. It's probably going to be, I'm guessing, 40,000 baht, 50,000 baht to run the driveway all the way up and bend it around so I can pull in the truck into the garage and where the trailer is going to sit. So just to get that done, because if it does rain like a bitch and stuff like that, all I'm going to do is just tear the crap out of my property with the 4-wheel drive, trying to pull the trailer in and out of there. It'll just destroy the property. So if I get it, the driveway is going to be 10 foot wide, and I'm going to go over that hopefully with him today on getting a price for it. So I don't know what door you were talking about, Patty, but those are the two doors that are on there. It's I just did the drawing, my my line drawing on the wiring for the solar system, and this is basically what it's going to be. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's the kayak. This is the 9 foot by 9 foot door. And then on this side, the solar will go here. There's a man door here, and then 2 foot off this wall, up. Oh, okay, up this way is my desk. These I bought two of these, and I put two. I only put one of them together. Has some insulated screwdrivers and pliers, and on the top is a box of 121. One of those sets. That actually I've got like three of those, and they work out really well. So I'm gonna have two carts. One will be with all the tools for it, and the other one will be for putting the parts on, keeping the parts organized, whatever I'm taking apart or whatever I'm using to put together. I got the welder. The only thing I haven't got tool wise is the air compressor, the pressure washer, and the hose for that and the stuff for those. But I'm gonna get those. I got some other ones that I'm going to little show you the workbenches. Let's see if I can get to those quick enough. These came. I think it was Bear wants in, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to screw with that and let him stay out there. There's just not enough room in here now. He's not going to be happy. I may have to. Let me see. I'll show you the ones. I think they're going to be perfect. These are like 4 foot long by, I think, almost 2 foot deep. And they weren't really, here they are, really expensive, but it worked out pretty good. I don't know if I've showed him or not. He's going to be a pain in my ass now. Here, this is it here. I don't know if you can see them. It's got two drawers in it. I can put some tools across the back of that is pegboard. I bought a light to go underneath the top there, LED light, and I'm going to let him in. I give in so easily. All right, you pain in my ass. Come on. Lay down now. What? Oh, you want to shake? All right, come on. Show them how smart you are. Yeah, you're a smart boy. All right. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Anyway, uh, hey, Mark. Hey, brother Ron. Um, but it should. I got two of these, and like I said, put them together. They go together real easy. They'll hold 200 kilo or something. I mean, they're built fairly good. I think they were. How much did it say? They were under. They're 3,000, 30, 60, 90, $90 a piece. So there'll be two of those. There'll be two of the carts there. There'll be my desk. There'll be a 2 foot wide. I can probably actually show you that too. I can show you the stuff that I ended up getting. I'm right here. That's the shunt that I got. There's the pliers. I got two of these screwdriver sets, a bunch of connectors and stuff. Those are the insulated. Those are the gloves. This is the helmet, the grinder, and the little stand that I bought for the welder that I bought. Let's see. Hopefully you're seeing this. And this thing was, I don't know if it'll work or not, but it was like 399 baht, and it was the same manufacturer. So I figured I'd, let me see if you guys are seeing it. Okay. Um, so I bought that, but this is all stuff that I bought. And then this little grinder was only 339 baht. But where's the one? Then I bought this little 20-liter wet dry vac to have in there just in case. It's going to make me go back every time. Maybe it won't. You got to see. Let's see what it does. There's the desk, a little level. Here's the desk that I bought. It was only 999 baht. It's a simple little nothing. That's here. I have that to go in. I was going to try something else, but I didn't have to do this each time. Let's see, some wiring. Here's the welder. It's just it was an all-in-one thing. They're pretty much they were so cheap. I figured I'd go ahead and get the little wire feed deal, flux cord, and I could mess with it if I wanted to. And then basically I bought it just for the stick welder. But we put that all together, me and the kids, the other day, and it's pretty cool on its little. Oh shit, forgot to do it again. Yeah, I'm amazing myself. Let's see, was that it here? Then a little extension thing, so I could get a little extra wire. No, I can't. I gotta go back each time. That was only 300 baht. So I've been trying to be semi frugal, but it hasn't. So like I said, the tools and stuff, because I got a crap load of tools in here that I want to buy. You'll probably see those, but I bought a little soldering set, wire strip. This is that fan, Tommy, that I was. It's in transit that I was talking about. It's pretty cool because it's got a little. It slides out. Can you see that there? The thing just slides right out to clean. So there's no wire. It slips into a connector, and it's got backdraft dampers on it. And then the front actually, if you could see that, the front actually hinges closed, so I can open it up when I want to. That's the one that I got. So it's supposedly supposed to be here on the 14th, which is today. That's a little to make some wire. I bought this is that same set that I have on battery meter deal that I have on the trailer and I have on the kayak. I'm going to put that on there so I can run it over to my desk. These are the lights that are going to go in the top of those little workstations. I bought the white and I bought the 90 centimeter deal, and they're just they just mount. I'm going to mount it up underneath that front piece. So let's see. Let's see. What was that? That was 3, right? Let's see. That was it, right? Light. This is the shelving that I bought. They're the 3 foot and 2 foot, and I've got 2 foots and a 3 foot. So we'll see. And I could, once I get in there, I will see if I can fit. Obviously, the more storage that I can get, I will use. I bought a helmet too. This is the inverter. These are the panels that I got. The troll doll. The wire hasn't got here yet. This is the wiring I got for the solar panels, and this is that battery at 35,000, which is 10 to 15,000 cheaper than it should be. So that'll be fun to see what kind of a gift they gave me for this battery. Oh, that's right. You can't see the picture because it's been discontinued. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we'll see. Hey, Gino, how you doing? We're getting closer. Yeah, I bet. With Steve, and then down to you on Friday. Cool. What time do you guys expect to be here on Friday? How do you find cooling of your PC tower? As I was thinking of getting mine sent over here. Um, I haven't had any problem with anything overheating. I do this. I bought a. I don't know if you guys can see it on my. Well, the way I've got mine set up is I've got a laptop. I've got a 27-inch curved screen monitor. Then I've got another standalone that's actually going to go out in the garage, a little one. But what I bought was a fancy. You can I don't know if you can hear it running, but I run it on this. Can you see this fancy light saber deal here? It's the biggest and most powerful fan that I could find on Lasada anyway. And if this room gets hotter than the hubs of hell, and I leave that little thing on, like I said, I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it in my ear running, but it keeps it cool. I never had a problem with even before I got that. I had it out here with just one of the real cheap ones that you could buy for like 200 baht or something, and I didn't have any problem with it. So I guess what Mark Gal's getting a shop or something. I'm kind of reading that it's on the go. Closer to 5 o'clock. Okay, 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. I'll be up either way. Hey, T, how you doing? Every night, so unfortunately, I spend more time in the soy bar. Really? What, she opened up a business, I'm guessing? What did I miss, Mark? He said it would take 12 hours. Wow, it's a long drive. Dell's running hot. No, so you got a Dell tower. Um, hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing? Hope you're well. Um, is your laptop a Dell? Is that it runs hot? Mine's a MSI. I bought it here in Thailand. Um, I haven't had any problem with it, especially on that fan that I bought is just freaking awesome. PM. Okay. Some fiddlers running. Got to go. All right, Kenny. Take it easy. Thanks for coming by. Uh, okay. What I think I'm caught up. Worth it. I felt it today. What did you feel? What did I miss that you felt? Right. Anyway, so I'm back. Let me drink my coffee before it gets cold. She sells clothes online out of her shop, killing it online. 30 to 40 sales per day. Cool. Yes, my Dell laptop, it runs a bit hot at me. You need to do a CPU sync. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'm just sitting here anyway. Let me go into my Lasada. Let me go into my orders. And let me put laptop fan. Laptop fan. Yeah, probably laptop fan stand. They have all sorts of them. They're so cheap. I don't know if you're here or if you're in the States or you're in the UK. Let me go into mine and see if I could find the actual order. Um, paste. Now, let's see. Fan. Let me try just fan and see what it does. All right, there's a bunch of them gonna come on. I got my. Come on, come on. That's it. I'll show you what I'm kind of. Let's see. See if I can find it on here. You look at. Let me come back here and open this up. Is it there? Yeah. If you can see all those, I'm gonna try to go through them. For some reason, I can't. Those are the cheaper ones because you're talking about $5, But the one that I got was expensive. But that one's only $3.50. But I with that and it pulls such they're really efficient fans in there as far as electricity wise. But I'm trying to see. I mean, it looks like you could get even a halfway decent one for. See there. Oh, there's the one I have. Ooh, let me go back. It was expensive. I could see it was like 4,000 compared to these ones. But I didn't want any problem. Where'd it go? Oh, you bastard! Ah, it was there right when I changed over. See if I can find it again. Ah, you dirty rotten bastard! Oh, cussing. But I mean, you could get something that would probably work for. But the one that I was just saying, I think it was. If I caught it right when I pressed on the button, it was 4,000 and something. Not, like I said, I don't know. That's like $100, 30, 69, like $100 and something dollars. But for my $2,000 laptop, I figured it was worth it. But I think you could get something in the 500 baht range, which is like $15. Here it is, right here, 4,580. But I mean, it is, it's freaking awesome, and it'll go. This one actually is a better model than mine. Mine doesn't have that little LED readout in the front there. Mine doesn't have that. But let's see what they've got. Some other comparable ones to this one. No, but anyway, you get the gist. But so you can. But I would think you could find something that would probably do the job for 15, $30. Let's see, what did I miss? Yep, in Thailand, Chunberry. Okay. Yeah, 99 baht. 6 fan one looks okay. I would at least try. I mean, for $3 or $5 or $10 or whatever. I mean, it's worth a try. The one that I had on here before, still have it actually, probably in the box that this one came in, somewhere in here, and it was just a 2 fan deal in there, and it worked. But this one works 10 times better. But like I said, it's 100 times the cost. Gotta keep moving. Need to get ready to pack. Please put Caesar on the for to see you on Friday. Cool. My Samsung tablet runs perfect. See, Mitch is getting better. Yes, sounded like it last time I heard what he was saying. But anyway, so that's that part. But it works good. I have no I've had no problem with it. But yeah, so the solar system for the other thing. So still trying to keep on budget. Just want anybody that's watching and stuff like to go, well, that's a piece of shit building, and well, yeah, it's not the greatest build in the world. Is it going to be more than what I need? Yes. Is it still going to be standing when I'm dead and gone and my grand and great grandkids are around? Yes. Uh, it'll work for me. Air conditioning and all that. But I'm talking, I mean, I know that the one guy that I saw on Facebook that it was, that Craig had sent me, he did a small workshop. And I don't know the exact size, but smaller than this, I think, and had a door on it, I think, and a man door. But 400,000 baht. I mean, it's four times the amount of money. So, uh, for this one, and the one thing too is people are saying, is it cost effective to do the solar? I think so, man. Like I said, it's a lot more if you've got somebody that, and these new all-in-one systems, man, anybody can put them in. I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist, but with mom and dad over there, and off of this one, and this thing running correctly, I think my bill's going to be, substantial, down to where I wanted it to be, between 1 or 2,000 baht instead of 14, or 16. Which the cheapest bill I got over here was 4,000. So did it knock the crap out of it? Yeah, pretty much. But the kids are here now, so it went back up a little bit, 7, I think, or something. And so it'll, by them going over there and then running off that in the building, that 6 kW system should take care of all that for free. And that 300 amp hour battery shouldn't be any problem. And I'll be able to go over there and do what I want to during the day. Should work. It should work good. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. I'll try and say, Dave, consider taking your computer to a shop and have it cleaned. The dust will make it run hot. Mine was I just when right when I bought this, right, and this one also has filters on it, um, the actual fan. So I clean the filters and put them back in once a month or something. But I bought it right before, and when I took this one in and had upgraded from 16 to 32 RAM of things, mega, I don't know, whatever, to make it run faster, which it does. And they cleaned everything and put it back together. So it was like brand new when I brought it and put it on there. And this thing has foam. I mean, there's nothing that can it sits into memory foam. So there's nothing that can get around it. But it, it isn't so much that it runs hot. I have a program that came with it that shows the EPU, the UPE, the whatever temperatures, and all that stuff. And I guess it's okay, but when it's such considerably cooler with that fan, I'm glad that I got it. But like I said, I think it cost me. Mine wasn't. I didn't have that little LED thing and all that, and I want to say mine was like $100. It was like 30, 3,200 and something. Let's see. I was just talking about you. Your ears burning. The guy that's building the thing you sent me on. The guy's building the garage, and I kind of got a little bit of input from that. Thank you. The one guy that was talking to the guy on there that I jumped in and asked him a question. He had just bought two pretty much 9x9 roll up doors for a garage he was building, and said he paid 33,000 for them. So at 13.5, that would be like 26. So because I didn't go out and get 10 prices like I probably should have. So that made me feel better about what I paid for mine. I did give the guy, I think I said it in the last video, 10,000 baht of the 13.5 to get it going. Hopefully I'll get it up and in. I want to get that the building watertight, and that way I can start doing the stuff on the inside. Electrician needs that stuff done, so I need to paint it so he can run all his electrical. We'll see. And then like I said, I got prices, and I'll break it down. All the electrical for that thing, I think it's 7 plugs and the air conditioner and this and that, and running everything in conduit and all that kind of stuff. It was 16,000 for material and labor, which I thought was reasonable. I don't know what that is, $500. I don't even know. Maybe 600. I don't know. it's all relative, man. Everything here is so cheap compared, like I said, when I told my buddy that watched that wet pour on the first video, um, I said, wet? He said, yeah, I'd say. And he's a masonry contractor, been doing concrete and stuff for 100 years. And I said, though, man, here, 3 years here and 2 years in Newbon, I don't see a crack anywhere in anything. So I don't know if we both kind of concluded that it more than likely the humidity makes it dry so slowly that it strengthens it somehow. But I told him for the 100,000 for five, for whatever that is for the actual building, without the solar, what is that? Let's say it goes over budget. It's 120,000 baht divided by 33. For $3,500, $3,600, you couldn't even pay for the permits on a decent sized garage in the States, which is true. So, like I said, is everything perfect? And no. Is it? Am I happy with it? Yeah, it'll be absolutely perfect. Meeting up with Jake and Andy after the 16th. Yeah, the 16th. Gino's coming. They're coming to get the dog and spend a couple of days here. I don't know. Have a clue what we're gonna do. I don't do much, so they'll probably be disappointed. I'm not like like Uncle Craig and stuff, running and going places. But we'll see. That I think the only thing really here to see of any kind of interest would be the elephant place up there. So I don't know, but I've got to get over there because I wanted to go to lunch with Cabo. So we'll see what happens. What else? I want to get the. I still want to get the kayak out to the local reservoir. I know when Bobby's around, he'd do some video for me. The kids will help me get it in and out. I'm going to slide it in the back of the truck pretty much all together. I took the battery is heavier than shit. I took that stuff off of it. It's manageable on the wheels without the battery in it. So to do that and get it in there, I want to get it out there and actually try to fish. So that's coming up. So I'll have to see when I'm going to get there. The next video is probably depending on how much he gets done here. They got to put the underground before I can do the driveway. I need him to run the underground at least up where the garage is like this, and then one side's going to come out and around so I can back the trailer in, disconnect, come up, and then still stay on concrete and come over to the door and back my truck in. So I wonder how many times I'm going to hit the. I think I'm going to have to take the hitch off. I mean, I almost built the thing too small. That would have been really stupid. But it might not fit. I didn't take an exact measurement with that huge hitch I have on there. And it's kind of a pain in the ass because I've got that stabilizer thing on there and I've got it on. It's kind of a pain in the ass to take on and off, but it's not bad. No, is there a national museum? That's how much I know about and do anything around here. And my wife doesn't bug me to do things. I mean, she's really content on relaxing in her house. I'm getting a reflection. What am I getting a reflection off of? Oh, oh, my curtains have. That's what that is right there. My curtains opened a little bit. The silk wheel. That's over by. I think that's right by Andy's pad. Because I guess Surin is known for their silk, and that's what my mother-in-law does. She's a seamstress. She actually made an outfit for some friends here. But anyway, but no, I have not. I still got to get your way. But you can see my little tray here, just loaded full of tools. I bought. I mean, I don't know, man. Some of the stuff is I mean, I used to buy Craftsman stuff all the time. You buy them big screwdriver sets, and they last for 10 years until you lose them all, and then you buy another one. But like here, I bought two of these to set on those little deals, and these were 300 baht, $9. They are magnetic, all of them. Two stub. Oh, you can't. Well, you could if I adjusted the camera, or by two stubbies, and then a bunch of. Oh, there you go. That'll work. Plenty for any of your screwing needs, and the little stand, which I thought was kind of cool. I bought the insulated ones for working on that 48-volt solar system. I don't want to get fried. I don't want to take away any glory that Craig might have of electrocuting himself. I want him to be the first. And even these, I go, well, they aren't tipped or anything, but they're magnetic too. So anyway, when I run across stuff like that and I'm on Lazada, I mean, for $9, I like it, so I don't eat a McDonald's hamburger once and get them. So I got two of them. One of them I'm going to put. I have the insulated ones there, a whole rack of those, and I got insulated pliers. All my crimping tools. I got a hydraulic deal for doing the number 2 wire on that I'll need to do on. Let me put this back. Ooh. Come on, really? I guess that's about right. For some of the wire stuff, because the bigger wire that's going to go down to the battery, I bought this, and I'll actually use it on the system to come out of the bottom of the raceways and go down to the battery, because the battery is going to be right below the battery. Will stop here, and the first raceway will be right there. And I've got some other ones coming, some other wires. I got all sorts of connectors and everything else that I need, and I kind of like doing that stuff. Is Annette here? I didn't see it. Hey, Annette, how you doing? Glad you could make it. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah, I was gonna buy a new. Like I said, I could show you for an hour on all the tools that I want, and I've got little drill motors and stuff, Makita stuff, and I might buy some new ones, because I kind of want all the. I'd like to get a Sawzall. I'd like to get a new impact and screwdriver, and everything, and then all with the same batteries. This same company that has the that the welder is, that I don't know how, Deaton or whatever the hell the name of it. The same thing as the Lasada. It's Lasada's brand. They're all made by the same company. There's 3 of them. There's a Toyo, that one, and another one. There's 3, orange one. Can't remember. They're all the same. They all have glue guns. They all have staplers and nail guns and everything made, and they're all the exact same thing, just different color and a sticker on them, and they're pretty good quality. But they all have interchangeable batteries now. So rather than this one, I've got 2 drill motors that have 2 different kinds of batteries and stuff on them, and I like to keep some stuff in the trailer. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably buy those Sawzall, an impact screwdriver set, and there was one other one that a grinder, and get batteries and chargers with that, and they all interchange. So we'll see. But I do like doing that stuff, so we'll see. I still got to get a piece of wood. I tried to get a hold of Andrew, but I think he's busy. So I think I'm just going to get a piece of, like whatever they got, press board, plywood. My wife said they got a fake board, which she'd be happier if I used, because she insists that the bugs are going to eat any wood that I put out there. Because I just want to mount that. It's 75 centimeters and by about 5 or 6 feet tall. That should give me everything to mount everything I need on comfortably. put the raceways on there, make it all nice, excuse me, nice and pretty and clean. And that way I can just screw right anything I want into it and not have to worry about just set in some anchors, probably three across the top, three across the bottom, three down the sides, anchor into the concrete block wall, and I'm ready to go. Hey Maui, how you doing? When you get the garage done? Yeah, I know the couple of things that I'm really lacking right now that I didn't buy was and I'll probably buy that in the next couple of days because I don't really need it, is the the air compressor reel that I'm going to buy with the good hose on it. I think it's 50 feet long or 60 feet, 10 meters, I can't remember. And then that'll have that so I can pull it anywhere I want. And I want a nice spray washer, and that's about like 3,000 baht. So those two things is the major things that I'm missing. Then I'll get some impact stuff and some, air stuff and air tools and stuff like that slowly as I go along. Are you planning? So you're planning basically every year to be 5, 6 months in the States, Maui? I thought it was a shorter time, but I guess I was mistaken. I think you're not going to come back until like October or something, right? Or November. So that's what are we in May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so you're like half the time in the States and half the time in Thailand. Is that your guys' plan? I don't think I talked to you. If I did, I don't remember. So I'll blame it on maybe I'm forgetting things. I haven't seen Joe around, which kind of makes me a little bit sad. Hopefully everything's working out for him. Yeah, bummer. That's my one thing. Like I said, that's the biggest thing that I don't really want is any kind of Alzheimer's or that happening. That would suck. I knew he'd go home. He went home for a good period of time, but I didn't realize it was like almost half the time. We heard Phuket got expensive. What you know where to go for 3 weeks? Um, I don't think it's any more expensive than normal. It's a little bit more expensive than it was COVID. Nothing was open and you couldn't go. So, but there's some nice hotels, expensive hotels. There's depends on your taste. You're going to be there for 3 weeks, maybe rent a house or through a Goda or something. But if you want to be in a hotel and you want to be pampered or whatever, um, you know, I would check into it. But I don't think it's any more expensive than normal. Are you going to be in where Patong or down the Kata or whatever that is down there? A lot of the hotels I don't know. I know that when that shit shut down, they didn't have even the bigger hotels here in Surin. They just didn't have the manpower or woman power to keep them open. It wasn't like a mom and pop 20, 30 room, little mini resort to where, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, two kids and a dog, could keep the place clean and going. They had, 1,000 room hotel, they can't keep the staff to keep that even clean, so a lot of them shut down. So I don't know what kind of condition they're in since they've opened. I haven't heard any nightmare stories or people bitching and whining about, how bad this hotel or that hotel was. So I'm imagining that they're back up and running, but there's always deals to be found because, a lot of the hotels will just decide, they'll drop the crap out of something on a Goda just to get some people in there. So I would check a Goda. That's the one I use, Patty. But if you don't want to go to Phuket, but I don't know where you heard. The only thing I heard recently, I heard Joe and Gift. There's some couple, the video they did today and last week or something, are moving. Obvious people with some money, they're paying 60,000 a month for a place. They rented one in Hua Hin, and coming from Phuket. And I think the title of Joe's videos were Phuket's getting too expensive. Um, I got the impression that the guy said, yeah, it's a little bit more expensive. Well, then what? Then mid COVID time, maybe. That's probably possible. But I got the impression from watching the video that he was more concerned. He just got driving and said it was a nightmare, that people were crazy because there's a lot of people there. So I think it was more of the of that than the actual prices, if that's what you're doing. Hey Tip, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. Uh, yeah, I'm not interested in snow or something. So you're going back to family? You just like to be there, or like it better than Thailand, or is it for family and stuff? I'm glad you're well. Hey Paul, how you doing? But yeah, I would check Agoda and Kata. What's those other places going down Patong and down the coast there? Um, I bet you, depending on when you want to come too. If you're going to come now, rainy season and low season coming up, you'll probably find a lot better deals than you will if you want to come December, January. That kind of stuff. So it's up to you basically. Everybody's saying hi. No, don't have family. Family, just me. Well, I mean, if you like it, that was my original plan. Man. I was gonna get a big ass. Probably now, if she was still alive, I would have downsized to a van. I'm more of that tune. But back 8, 9 years ago, a 45-foot diesel pusher with 4 slides and a big ass deal. And everybody's saying you can't go anywhere with those. They won't let you in. I don't care. Wherever I'm at, I got a rolling solar plant and 3 air conditioners, and I pull off the road. I don't care where I stay. I don't need anybody or anything. But I've changed since then. But that was the original plan: was 6 months traveling in the States during the warm part of the year, California, Texas, New Mexico, the places uh, for 5 or 6 months, and then picking a place like Thailand. Let's go to Thailand and check that out for 6 months. Next year, let's go to Costa Rica and check out that for 6 months, and then go until we found a place, which I probably would have said Thailand. It checks every box for me, and she probably would have liked it too. So probably would have done that, but that was the original retirement plan. So I like party one day and one day relax. I would say, yeah, something close to Patong. That's where the walking street is and stuff. So, uh, but I don't think it's any more pricey than it's ever been. Normal. Looking for a class B when we get back. Yeah, yeah, perfect. I mean, um, you don't need much, and a lot of those vans and stuff. I would definitely, me, I'm a solar guy. I'm sold on solar, but you can put in a hell of a solar system in there to where you're completely, you don't have to depend on anybody or anything, you know, um, and go wherever you want. And there's so many places. When James was doing it, and I've been watching van life and stuff like that for 10 years. But there's so many places for free, that you can go to the government land and this and that you don't need to even spend, because some of those freaking camping joints are way out in left field, $50 a night, $80 a night. It's crazy. I wouldn't, I just soon be out in the middle of nowhere, It's what it's all about to me. And I like catching cooks too. A lot of people solo camping. Let me try drinking. Yeah, you want little bit better. But there's a lot of places where there's a lot of people, where there's no people. Um, if you're doing a YouTube type thing, for part of the year, um, you probably could even find people that would say, "Hey, just come by. I own 50 acres in Nevada, or I've got this. You can park in my driveway. You can park, uh, it would probably be. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to spend a fortune on camping spots if you don't want to. Let's see. I had one, man. I gave it away. I gave it away. I had a 20, 28-foot Class C with a double slide. No, a single slide. It wasn't the double slide, a single slide. And it was awesome. It was perfect. And after she passed away, and I mean, it was new. It was 2000, a 2000, hardly any miles on it. Ford, big block Ford in it. It was awesome. I should have just let it sit, man. I don't know why. I wanted to get rid of everything. I didn't want any. I don't know. I went nuts. What can I say? But and some of those damn Class C's can be more expensive than Class A stuff. They're just real pricey. First Class C I had was an older one. I want to say 70s, late 70s, maybe early 80s. And it was fun. It was during the, I don't know what years it would be, during the shock and awe. We would go down to the Rincon in outside of Ventura, and when it used to be cheaper, almost free, with our little 1,000-watt Honda, and sit there for 3 or 4 days, a weekend, a long weekend, and it was fine. Didn't get into the solar back then or anything. This was 15 years ago, maybe a little more. But and the older ones you can find, which depends on how much space you want. If you don't need a slide, you can probably find something fairly reasonable. Just live as free as I can. Yeah. If you don't care about slides and that, like, I feel perfectly comfortable in my trailer, and it doesn't have a slide on it. Now, if I had me and Nitnoy and 10 kids and mom and dad, no. But like, it was just you and the old lady. I mean, you don't need much, 20, 22-foot, 24-foot, Class C, maybe early 2000s or something like that. You are late 1999, 98. You could probably find something fairly reasonable. Yeah, see, it's not it. The sun's out. It's partially cloudy. I'm looking at some big white pillowy clouds, but it didn't rain at all yesterday. It rained on and off all night last night, but during the day it didn't rain a drop all day yesterday. So not too bad. Yeah, for me, I think it is. If probably would have been maybe a little bit better to get some kind of a truck rig, a nice one. But they were like 2.5 million, and I just didn't want to spend that. So yeah, it was good. It was good for me anyway. Why go to Thailand from the beginning? Why did I come to Thailand? Is that what you're asking, Petty? Um, I told her when I was in Costa Rica for 8 months back in 15, something like that. I'm one of the guys that I became friends with. He's now since passed. Actually, both the people that I made friends with back in 15 are dead. But his friend came from Bangkok for 2 weeks to visit him, and we sat and talked and talked and talked, and he got me all jazzed up on coming to Thailand. Once I started watching videos on it and saw Phuket, which I really liked, Kamala, said I want to go check that out. Had her talked into it, then she died. I said I'm going anyway, and then didn't want to hang out in California anymore, and came here. And I was just thinking, this November will be 7 years. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 7 years this November. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But basically, uh, the money you get for your dollar here anyway is just makes living here 10 times more comfortable than living in the States. Raining here, time to get my annual visa. Mine's in February. All right, take it easy, Craig. doing June. Yeah, I went when I got my last one. I went to whatever they let you go 3 weeks before or whatever it is. I went before uh, to get it done. I got to check and see when my 90 days. I don't know if I put my notification in my phone. I don't want to get fined again. You're like, don't work, don't work. YouTubers, so you know. No, I don't work. Uh, I don't. I don't do this for money. But I got lucky in life. Made some good investments on land and stuff like that, and had a good retirement and Social Security. You're not in the state. The states are, like I said, if you work fairly decently throughout your life in the United States, it's in that between $2,000 and $2,500 a month. Your your Social Security, which is more than fair here in the United States. It ain't shit. But I had a couple other retirements, so besides that, so I can live comfortably till I die. And then, like I said, I one of them I put took less now, and my wife gets if I croak, so she's taken care of until she dies, so I can go to sleep every night, not worrying if I don't wake up, things won't get taken care of, which is a big deal to me because I love my wife and I appreciate everything that she's done for me. I would have been dead if it wasn't for her, so she deserves everything she gets plus some. So, but I love it. I love it here in Thailand. Um, like I said, the biggest thing I could think of that I had to get used to was the humidity. The heat, I was used to being hot, but the humidity, man. Like if you come from Florida or something, you'll fit right in. But it took me 2 3 years to acclimate to feel, with a little breeze, I'm fine in 85 90 degree temperatures. And it's not like it's staggering here. Some of the year it is, but most of the time it's the humidity. You're 85 90 degrees and 90% humidity. So it's the humidity that got me. But everything else, do they drive crazy? Yeah, even the foreigners here drive crazy. Um, there is some downsides to, but not as far as the bang for your buck and being able to live. And because, like I said, you can live as cheap as you pretty much want to here. But that 2,500 is the number. I haven't done a video in a while on retiring here, but as a single male person with you that you have Social Security and you didn't plan and you didn't have a retirement and you didn't have anything else, you could still come here and live. You got to pay for your visas, you got to pay for your health insurance, but it's very feasible and quite a very decent life at 2,500. I probably should do another video. I think everybody else is putting out videos now on cost of living. Hopefully, everybody will do those, and I won't have to do one. I'm sitting in the hospital. What? Hoping I don't have a heart attack. Why, you thought you went to the hospital thinking you had a heart attack, or that doesn't take long? An EKG, and they'll tell you if you had a heart attack. Hopefully, you didn't have a heart attack. Hey, it was good to see you again. I hope you're well. I hope everything's going well for you. If you get a chance to come in and rap, come in anytime you want, for sure. Have a good time at work, and take care of you. Um, if you have to have one, yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's really weird because everybody always thought, even when I had this last thing when I had the pneumonia, um, everybody, oh, you had a heart attack. You had a heart. No, my doctor's a heart guy, and he says I did not have a heart attack, and I never have had a heart attack. When they put in the stents 20 years ago or 18 years ago, or wherever long it was, um, he just on the stress test he saw a shadow, and he goes, "I want to look at it. I can't tell." And he woke me up in the middle of the thing because he knew I wanted to have knee surgery. And if he put in one kind of stent, which was better, I couldn't have surgery for a year. And I said, put in the best shit you got. Don't worry about my surgeries. This is in the middle while he's got, shit up in my heart. And they put in the 2 stents. And I don't know, this doctor, I haven't done a stress test or anything for him. I can't do the stress test running on a treadmill anymore. I have to do the nuclear one, which I don't really like to do. But I'm gathering he must think that I don't have any kind of clogs or anything. But I don't know. I probably should. I got to go. I think first week of next month we go back for our 3-month deal. So maybe I'll ask him what's happening with my. Do I have to have a test or what's the deal, and see what he says. He's usually pretty good. He wants me to live for a while too. He kind of likes me, but and I like him. He's a good man. Saved my life on more than one occasion. And him and my lung guy, they were shortness of breath, the pulse bouncing between 150 and 174, and pneumonia. Yeah, like I said, just so you know, Al knows now. You went in there. Whenever you go, especially in the United States, if anybody's from the United States and you go to, what happens when you go to an emergency room. There are, and I hate to say this, 200 undocumented aliens in there. Okay. And if you go in there at 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll be lucky if you see a doctor by midnight. Lucky. I went in mostly in the morning to afternoon, and I didn't get out of there till the next day morning with the sun up. But I did find out after I went in with shortness of breath and stuff. No matter whether I think I broke my arm, and I'm a little short of breath. They'll rush you right in, put you right in. You'll see a doctor within about 10, 15 minutes, and they'll do the whole triage thing and see exactly what's going on with you, and you get immediate attention. So if I'm ever in the States again and I break my arm, you can guarantee that along with that broken arm will come shortness of breath and a little tight in the chest. Sound good? But yeah, it doesn't sound too good, Al. I'm sure the doctor's already seen you, right? How long have you been? Oh, you're in Canada. You guys got crap medical care, right? In Canada, I haven't heard anything great about Canadian healthcare. One thing I heard about, I shouldn't say that. The stuff I heard about is if you want to get your knee operated on, you might have to wait 2 years or something. I don't know exactly, so I probably shouldn't open my trap. But hey, Jay, how you doing? Has a doctor already seen you, Al? Or somebody giving you something? 150 and 174. Yeah, that's not too good. Maybe you're having a panic attack because you're not in Thailand. Yeah, they saw my pulse on the monitor, and I was in a room within 10 minutes. Yeah, it works in the United States. I know it does. It definitely works. I will never wait an hour. I waited with my wife one time, and I almost got in a fight in the freaking emergency room. And after that, I said, and then I found out later about when the next time I went in was shortness of breath, I think. And boy, they were all over me for 3 days now. So, and your pulse is still that, or that's what it was when you came in? See, my doctor told me, this is how stupid I am, and that's why I will go to the doctor when my wife tells me to go to the doctor, or when she says, yeah, you need to tell me we need to go. I was in for 3 months, 2 months in ICU with a tube down my throat, and then a 1 month recuperating and trying to learn how to walk again for the next month. He told me, he said, how long, he had me and my wife there. How long was he short of breath and stuff? She said, like 2-3 days, which I was. And he said, if you would have come in right when you were in the beginning, he goes, you would have spent 2 to 3 days in the hospital and you'd have been out and you would have been done with it. And at that point, I said, yeah, I'm a moron. What could I say? Just my whole life, has been, I'm Superman. Nothing can hurt me or harm me. boy, did I learn different here in Thailand. But I think it maybe has something to do with you're going through some kind of withdrawals and panic attacks of not being in Thailand. Uh, yeah, I just this guy was a real ass, man. He wanted drugs, and there was no place to sit, and he was taking a seat, and there was, I was standing, and ladies, pregnant ladies and stuff were standing, and then he started laying on the floor and screaming for Vicodin, and they had this local security was there, lady, and the guy was cussing, you mother effing, and my wife's there, and so I went up to him very nicely, and I said, here's the deal, okay? Either you do something about this guy, or you're not going to have to worry about him, because in about 10 minutes, he's going to need the ER desperately. He's going to be bleeding profusely, okay? And the lady just looked at me. Okay, well, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. I said, okay. So 10 minutes went by, and the guy's going on and on and on again. I went, okay. I said that. She goes, we already called the cops. They're on their way here. They're gonna take him out. He'll be gone in 5 minutes. I said, all right, I'll wait 5 minutes, and then if not, I'm gonna light him up, man. And she just smiled and said, as much as I would like to see that, I think we should wait for the police. But yeah, just a bad place to be, man. And like I said, the worst part about it, do I care whether people are coming across the border? Sure, especially if they're undocumented. You don't know. There might not even be Mexican. They're coming from Iran, Iraq, this, that, who knows what the hell they were, right? Do I care whether the Mexican? No, I don't care. Give them all Social Security numbers. Tell them all, vet them, go in, tell them, find out, make sure they're not mass murderers. And then give them freaking, I don't care if I had to wait for becoming a whatever, give them their Social Security number. Let them do whatever they want. I don't care. Do I care that they're sucking the life out of California, any border? Yes. Yes. I just sorry. And the people that say, well, they're not illegal immigrants. How can they not be? Like I said before, go try to sneak into Vietnam and see what happens to you, or Colombia or someplace. See what happens, Do I just make them all, give them a Social Security number? Don't bring them in, put them through college, give them better medical than I get and for free, and they're not even U.S. citizens. No. Does that make me a bad person? Probably, and I'll probably lose subscribers. But that's okay. This is me, man. This is the way I think. I don't have a problem with them being here at all. Just give them Social Security numbers and let them pay into the system, and then give them whatever everybody else gets. Just me. So bye, the subscribers that are not going to subscribe anymore. It's been nice knowing you. Have a good life. I told him, if you don't take me back soon, my brother. Yeah, there you go. And it still made me wait to say gallbladder. Yeah, they do this stuff, but like I said, man, I learned immediately. I went in 2 or 3 times. I can't remember what it was for. Stupid stuff, an infection or something, and I was short of breath and had a tight chest, along with whatever other ailed me, and right in, man, gone in a couple hours. It was a lot better because when I went in my pre-retirement, I went to work for UCSF, University of San Francisco, in Fresno, in their medical teaching facility right next to the trauma center for the valley there. And great job. I was the building engineer. It was only me. I was right under 100,000 square foot. They all loved me because I was heavy into air conditioning and stuff, and they're doctors, and they wanted, 67.3954. Can you do it? Yes, I can. Everything was controlled. I could control their stuff from sitting right here, so, but the dean, the lady, when my wife had all the problems with the lupus, she had skin lupus and stuff. I think I told you the story before where, they wouldn't even see her. Do you have a rash? Yeah, we're not taking new patients with rashes. What? And I called 15 dermatologists in Fresno, all the same, like they went to the same school. Oh, she have a rash? Yeah. Oh, we're not taking cases. So she got me the freaking head doctor from UCSF, and uh, two doctors. They both worked together to get. My wife had this rash. It was uh, if you have lupus, external lupus, you could have a rash that is painful or not painful. This one, luckiest woman in the world, hers was extremely painful. And if you look in a medical book and it shows skin lupus, it shows this little rash. My wife's pictures looked like she was on fire. Her back and chest just red and screaming. And my doctor or the dean said, take her right down, bring her right into emergency, and we're going to admit her. I said, okay. Brought her in. So I had that. And one time they walked me over out of the building into emergency, right past everybody, right back to the back to the doctor. So I had that in when I was there. But before that, with the emergency stuff, it works. That shorter breath and a tight chest. Remember that. Did I give you guys the other one about the DMV if you're in the valley? You got to tell them, my wife made me an appointment, 9:30, told me to be here. Well, we don't have your name. Oh, that, I can't believe, get a little upset. Don't have to go crazy. And they'll take you in and you don't have to wait in the DMV lines. All these little hacks, see? Only can get here in Thailand. At Got to Love Thailand. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Um, yeah, so what do we got? An hour and 15 minutes, 12 people. You guys are awesome. But for the gist, in case people are coming in, so we talked about the building. I'm probably going to do another video here within the next couple of days on that. I might even I've been thinking about doing another video on Surin, but I haven't gotten motivated enough for that. I got to see. So hopefully he's going to be here today. I don't know if you saw the last video. He's up about above halfway up the wall to the top of the windows, which would be 3 and 3, over 6 feet. Probably got about another 7, about 12, 14 foot tall, I guess, to go. Hopefully he'll get a lot of that done, because once he gets that and once he gets enclosed, once I get the roll-up door on, I'm pretty much watertight. And then he'll smooth coat the inside. We'll paint it, and then the electrician can come in and run all my stuff and put the solar on the roof, and I can wire in the solar and be ready to rock and roll. I'm actually excited to do it. As you can tell, I got the tools. I've got the shrink tubing. I've got the wire. I've got the strippers. I've got everything that I need. The crimpers, the latest crimping tool. Ooh, I had just a press one, a big one that's down under there. But watch out, Bear. Move over. And this is for small or big cable. Doesn't really matter. But it's just a lot easier. Can you guys see that? It is like a jack, hydraulic, and it's got different. Oh, does anybody else notice that their hands don't work as good as they used to? Mine don't. But it's got different size jaws that go in there for different size fittings to crimp. So it goes up quite big. But bought that. So I bought pretty much everything that I need to. There's nothing. I don't know. That's one reason that I wanted to do the garage, is that I don't know if anybody's like me, but I hate working on shit that I don't have the right tools for. I hate having to grab something with a pair of vice grips or channel locks when how come I don't have the right, deep socket or whatever offset or something. I just hated it. Makes life so much easier when you have the right tools. And when you have a garage, you seem to accumulate tools. You don't lose tools. Like, I'm going to lock this place. This place is getting locked when I put everything in there that I'm going to put in there. Hear strippers? Yeah, you did. Uh, yeah, that's Bear. Bear's now he's by the door. That's where he should be. But the tools that I have, and you'll obviously see the whole progression of that there. And mainly, like I said, I really am looking forward to. Gotta wait till I sell the house over here, her mom and dad's house, and get a million baht back put in there. The 100,000 baht budget for the tent trailer that I'm going to pull behind the Forza, which will have solar, which will have air conditioning, which will have water. You're not going to carry any water, but it'll have a little water deal that you can fill up when you get to a campsite that's got a little pump on it, so you have that thing that pulls out where you can cook on. Make it nice. And then, like I said, if and registered and everything. Like I said, I talked to the guy that sold me that trailer, and he brings the stuff in from China, and he said he can get it registered. And like I said, depending on how much it is and that kind of stuff, it might sell for 160, something like that. $5,000, $3,000. I don't know. We'll know when I put it together. But for the cousin, if I could get him in there and just kind of supervise him and let him build these things. We talked about that before. The good thing about that is that maybe you could get one or two trailers. They're not that expensive, just a bare trailer. And then if and I used Maui as a as a thing in the past because he's got a Forza. Says, "Oh man, I want one of those." Okay, half the money up front. Then you order your rooftop tent, your air conditioner, your blah 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 blah, and build the thing in a couple of weeks probably at the most. And if you could build two of them a month, and the guy could make 100,000 baht a month, he'd have to be on top of the freaking world, right? So it is a possibility. So with that in mind, I would only under supervision because I wouldn't want a piece of shit getting out there to somebody that knows that I had something to do with building it. But it depends. Like I said, if the budget's 100, I would imagine the thing would have to sell for that's just for the material, okay, not any labor in there. So to make something on it, $1.25, maybe it only takes a week to build them. I don't know. Maybe it takes less once you build them. It probably goes together pretty quick. So if you build four of them and you made 25,000 baht off each one, and you sold them for 125, I don't know. I would think about buying one, especially like if somebody comes over and they're kind of in Maui's, in his situation, him and the wife, they like to get out and ride. Why not camp? And it'll have enough solar on it to be able to carry it through air conditioning so you could sleep through the night, and then hopefully there's sunshine out the next day, and recharge everything up. And there'll be some places where you go and plug in and pay a little bit to do it, or maybe you only need a fan. Some of these places that I was at with the trailer, I probably didn't need the air conditioner on. I could have got by with just a fan blowing, no problem. So it depends on the time of the year and where you're at and stuff. It's got a heater in it. In fact, when we were at that up in Khao Yai at that last trailer meetup, whatever, we were with one, two, three, four or five of the same trailers that I had. People had done different mods too. Excuse me. The one guy could hear his diesel heater going off in the middle of the night. It was cool. It was cold. So, but I didn't get a chance. I should have put diesel in it. I'd like to fire it up, at least run it every once in a while in case. Because if I got the kids up in the mountains somewhere and it was cold, or my wife even, it would be nice to run it, not to see. But anyway, so it would be nice to build something like that. Solar, air conditioning, like I said, a little self-contained. You wouldn't be able to, have a bunch of water there. But I thought I'd put in a little tank and a little sink that you could fill up when you got to wherever you were camping. Because the weight's the biggest thing. And I won't know until I put it together. I know I know the figure in my brain on how much weight I want it to weigh, but I still don't know if whether that 350 Forza is going to have the oomph to not just burn up the belts in it, or the stopping power to stop the damn thing. So till I put it together and do that, we'll see. But that'll be fun. That'll be a fun project. Give me something to do. I'd like to do so. And then, like I said, if I'd take a bunch of pictures of the build and have it out there, and then put it out on, through him, through a Thai person, have them advertise it on Facebook, and not do anything except for point fingers and tell him what he's doing, how to do it. He can weld. I don't know. He's welding this. He can weld okay. Probably with a little bit better equipment, he would do a little bit better job. But I should have everything to do that: pneumatic tools, welding, painting, everything that I would need to build it. Because above the air conditioner that's going to go on top, I'd have to build a little lightweight frame to hold the roll. I found I think it was 600 watt flexible panel to go on top. So I have 600 watts coming in, which is fairly good. It's only got 1,000 on the trailer. So we'll have to see how it all works. But it would be fun to build. And like I said, I would think they would sell to somebody that was in that position like Maui's in. If I was just here with, single with a girlfriend or a wife that liked to ride, it would be ideal, go out there, not have to worry, because my biggest thing is getting out of the heat, having the ability to get out of the heat. Now, if you could sit there and put a fan on and you're fine, that's good. But to have that ability to shut off the fan and turn on an air conditioner and still go to sleep, that's the ticket. That was my problem. I didn't want to just sweat, and not sleep all night. That isn't. There's no fun in that. I find no fun in that. Hey, what's up? And that's from that. What is that called? What is that little purple thing called? Twitch. I still don't know how that works. I have it programmed into Streamlabs or StreamYard, and it just goes to all three: Trailer Trash, this one, and that. But actually, somebody watches it there. But I don't even know how people would find it, how people would do it. I have no clue. I know that they send me a thing saying your analyst is done or whatever, and like one person watched. But I don't know how they get people to find out about it. I know nothing about Twitch. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see. An hour and 28 minutes. I think we're going to go an hour and a half. I think that's plenty of me torturing you with what I'm doing today. But basically, the gist today is hopefully he's going to show up 9:30. Let's peek over there and see if he's there. And you've heard me talk about having cameras. It's the only way to go. I actually put it on this big screen here so I can watch what he's doing over there. Let's see. Nah, doesn't look like it. Nope. I'll have to make a couple phone calls. So anyway, let's see. Okay. We like you. No, I don't know. No, I think I'm fairly likable in the way I am now, Patty. But most of the people, like I said, that I met through YouTube and met here in Thailand, stand-up people, man. Good time. So I'm hanging to the end. Well, you've reached the end. Let's see. I'm going to go up here, push my little end stream, and I do really like that what they did. I don't have to try to time stuff and do it. I just press one button and I'm done. But you guys are all awesome. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll get a video out in the next few days on what's happening over here. If he shows up, he didn't show up yesterday either. So see what's going on. Hopefully, if he shows up, we get at least all the block up and start smooth coating it, I'll get another video. Maybe get the electrician and the solar guy out here, see what get them started. I'd like to get those. Once we get the roof beefed up with the steel, I'd like to get the solar panels installed up there. Then once that's done and it's smooth coated on the inside, I can mount my board and start putting together all the solar stuff. So anyway, everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.